What do the human brain and plants have in common? You have 5 seconds to answer. Haven't guessed yet? The growth and development of the human brain is largely impacted by its environment, much like a plant. This phenomena of the brain is explained by what scientists call brain plasticity. In every stage of life, your brain is always changing and developing as a result of internal or external stimuli. Riddle me this. What has a network but doesn't use Wi-Fi? What can send instant messages without a cell phone? What if I told you you had secret agents in your brain? These secret agents are called neurons. Each time a neuron travels through a pathway to carry a thought, a synapse or connection is made. Brain plasticity teaches us for every habit we have, even down to our thought patterns or our habits of thinking, there is a pathway created. The more we practice this habit, the more neurons travel along this pathway. But what happens when we break a habit or we decide to form a new one? In this case, our brains will learn to form a new pathway, and our neurons will no longer take the old pathway. Our brains keep record of how often neural pathways are used. The brain will strengthen pathways we use most often and dispose of those that are rarely used. The more you learn through practice and repetition, the better your brain will perform. Have you ever heard anyone say, use it or lose it? Research suggests that when you learn something new, you create new synapses. And as you continue to use them, you strengthen them. This process is called synaptogenesis. Some say it only takes 3 weeks to form a new habit. Research suggests that after as little as a few weeks of practicing a new skill or habit, your brain may experience structural changes or changes in its shape and size. This serves as scientific proof that everyone has the ability to learn, grow, and develop. It's just a matter of how. Your own effort can make you smarter. Recall the plant example. As we go throughout life, the human brain uses the 5 senses, sight, hearing, smell, touch, and taste, to form connections or synapses in response to our environment. And much like a plant, the environment in which our brain is growing in can either positively or negatively impact its development, even before you are born. Critical thinking. The first time you see a dog, you may not be afraid. However, if in this time the dog bites you and you feel pain, dogs now become a stimuli. From here on out, your brain will signal a fight or flight response when you see a dog, because the memory of your past experience with the dog has created a pathway in your brain. Each time you see a dog, this pathway is reused. The good news is, it's never too late to overcome a fear. Professionals suggest doing activities that activate the control center of your brain, like deep breathing, and even doing a silly dance that makes you laugh. Over time, you may notice a slight release of your fearful thoughts and feelings. This is because your brain has learned to adapt or adjust to change. You will no longer use the worry response of the brain for this stimuli. In contrast, environmental stimuli may have a positive impact on your brain. You see, sometimes our brain acts like a tape recorder, and it replays the things that we hear, think, say, and feel. Unlike a plant, we can use this to our advantage. The human brain believes your voice before that of another person. Therefore, if you adopt a growth mindset or a mindset that says, the ability of your brain always be improved through the learning strategies of practice and effort, you can create this kind of environment around you. Studies show that there's a link between positive affirmations and performance. The more you reinforce positive affirmations, the greater the potential for a positive outcome. All in all, you have more control over your brain than you think. How can you apply this new set of knowledge to your life? Maybe it's time you learned some new habits.